All right, Coach. Defensively, you played well enough to win the basketball game. It was just a tough night shooting the ball, and that was really the difference when you look at it.
It was. We gave ourselves a chance with our defense tonight against a really good team. We turned them over. We capitalized off their turnovers. You know, just some simple things that we got to clean up. We got to make our free throws. That's simple, and you know we got to continue to take those shots and make them with confidence. And tonight, an off night scoring for us.
It's hard to tell. Zion missed 2 months. He looked pretty good, had a lot of spring out there, and not only did he score the basketball, but what he was doing defensively. That stretch at the beginning of the third quarter with he and DeJounte, that was a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, it was. It was great to see him on the floor. A little bit of rust, which is to be expected, but he was tremendous. His gravity allows guys to get open shots, and he'll continue to get better from here.
DeJounte, he's got his shot kind of falling now.
Yeah.
What do you kind of like about what you're saying from him?
Number one, his defense. He was incredible with his ability to turn guys over, get steals, get in the passing lane. So it started with that, and then that triggered everything for him, getting easy baskets. The rim opened up for him. He knocked down shots that we know he's capable of knocking down, and it was good to see him have a really good rhythm game offensively.
Yeah, in the past when we've kind of talked about Z coming back from injuries, it's always been like those first few games he's kind of finding, and then he kind of starts looking like himself. How impressive was it just to see how explosive, how fast he looked out there in his first game back?
It's incredible, his ability to impact the basketball game when he's on the floor. And he had a little bit of rust, but that's as good as I've seen him, after being out for as long as he's been out. And it's a credit. It's a credit to Bove. It's a credit to Coach Aaron Miles. And the most important person is in credit to Zion, the work that he's been putting in to get himself ready to get on the floor and compete with his teammates.
And we saw a little bit of this from him at the end of last season, but how nice was it to see him and DeJounte during that third quarter where they just started attacking ball handlers and creating steals and getting some easy opportunities on the other end.
That was a fun segment, just seeing those guys, climbing the guys defensively, create havoc, get steals, and then go attack the basket like they did. And that's a small sample size of what this team is capable of, and now we got to try to string together more games like that and put together some wins.
And moving forward, how important is it going to be to keep Z on the floor, and what steps do you guys take to make sure he can stay healthy and stay doing some of these things that he did tonight?
It's extremely important, and those are our medical team performance. They're working diligently along with Zion and the whole staff to continue to do everything that we can on our part to make sure he has all the resources to be healthy.
Obviously, it's been a tough year from a health perspective for you guys, especially the last few months. But now, being as close to as what it seems like it's been, all season, to have him back and have him kind of looking so good early on. Do you think that's kind of symbolic, and is it kind of like a weight lift off your guys' shoulders a little bit, being like, okay, now we're kind of finally healthy and things are meshing a little bit?
Yeah, it's definitely a confidence booster for our group. Coming off the 2 wins and then to get Z back, and then go against a really good Minnesota team tonight and go toe to toe with them. So that's again momentum that we can build off of. Now there's some things we need to improve on, but getting Z back and for the most part trying to get all of our guys and get healthy is extremely important for us to try to gain some momentum and get some wins under our belt.
To have those guys on the floor and allow DeJounte to play off ball more tonight. You saw his turnovers down tonight. You saw his offensive production as a scorer go up. How important is it to have that flexibility to not have him on the ball for 38, 40 minutes, to give him those opportunities to be a little bit more free in his decision making, or not to decide and just get to score?
I think that is one of the reasons we saw just his energy on both ends of the floor go up. You had another, prime time ball handler, gravity puller with the amount of, eyes that are on him when he has the ball. Zion, it allows DeJounte to be off the ball some, and he's getting open looks. He's getting drives to the basket. And so he's getting a little mix of both. And, before we had him on the ball a lot more, and tonight it was really good to see him mix it up.
And tonight, a season high in transition points. Converting in transition had been a big problem for this team. Why, besides having Zion and DeJounte out there running the floor, why was the transition so effective tonight?
Well, it's capitalizing on their turnovers. They had 17 turnovers. We had 28 points off their turnovers. So it's something that we've identified that we're doing well this season. We try to watch it and work on it when we get on the floor, and it's good to see our guys having carryover into games of turning teams over and then going out and trying to play as fast as we can in transition and getting easy baskets.
CJ struggled a little bit on the floor tonight, but just kind of what went into your decision to get close with Jose there at the end?
He's been awesome. He's been fantastic the last 5 to 7 games. I thought he got a little fatigued, and to try to give us a boost to finish the game, I decided to go with Jose.
And just what do you make of the challenge that Yves had tonight with Gobert in that front court?
Learning experiences for him. Gobert's another all defensive center and all-star, and we're challenging Yves to go after these guys night in and night out. He's been doing a good job, but it's a huge learning experience for him, and it'll pay off for him in the long run.
And I know sometimes in the past you've sometimes gone with maybe a smaller look to close games against teams like that. Just how much of tonight is just trust in the process with Yves? You may not be having your best game, but we want to see you out there. We want to see how this group works. We want to see how all these parts fit together.
Yes, I think he's earned the trust of the entire group, and he's got to continue to do it. And he's been doing a great job thus far. We're doing a lot at a 20-year-old rookie center, and he's been handling it all with grace. He goes out and competes. He gives you everything that he has, and he's been a huge bright spot on this team. And it's about us continuing to trust him, even on nights when it might not be his best night offensively, defensively. Allowing him to play through some of those mistakes is going to help us in the long run.
Zion played just a hair under 28 minutes. Was that the target for tonight, roughly that ballpark?
Roughly.
And will that give him an opportunity to play tomorrow? Do you have any idea, Willie?
I don't have an update on tomorrow as of right now, and like I said, as soon as we know something, we'll give you guys an update for sure. Okay, thank you.